Alright, what's up guys, it's your boy DyloPillow. Today I'm going to be checking out the new Little Simz album, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. I'm super excited for this album. Little Simz is awesome. She's a great rapper. She can compete with basically any rapper, period. I'm excited to hear what Little Simz has to say on this album because the perspective of black women is not one that's heard enough in hip-hop, and being, a white male, this isn't something that I'm super knowledgeable on, but rap is an important way to portray that to an audience, and I'm excited to listen and take this all in because she displays it in a really creative and entertaining way, but it's also going to make me think, which is good. So I'm excited to get into it. I'm also going to be doing a separate album review of this album, so make sure you guys subscribe if you want to see that. Check out some of my other album reviews. I think they're pretty cool. And let's jump into this. Okay, first track is Introvert. This is the first single she released. I love this song. I'm going to play some of it here, but I did do a separate reaction to this. It's kind of funny because the quality of that video is way worse than what it is now, so it's nice to be able to look back on that. The song's fantastic. Such the build-up, such a presence for 6 whole minutes on a song is crazy. And I like that it's the intro track. It definitely is going to set the mood for what this album is going to be. This is really important lyrically, and I think it'll just be great to get the narrative going with the album. Yeah, this outro is a great transition into track 2, which is Woman, another single that I did react to, which will also show an upgrade in my quality of content from the first single, which I think is cool, but it gets even better to this point. And yeah, this is another great song, pretty different than Introvert because that first one was the first track really set this mood. It's kind of angry, it's speaking your mind, and this one is just more vibey, but the lyrical presence on this track is just as strong. Really, she did a really good job of writing on this one. Lots of good stuff here.
For the soul, she get up in the kitchen or she throw down.
I'm not gonna try and sing this, but this is a great feature by Cleo Soul. Fantastic vocals. Track 3 is called Two Worlds Apart. It's a different flow. I like that to offer some versatility though. It's a really chill track. I like this. The sampling's dope. This is reminding me of something. I can't think of it off the top of my head though. It's kind of abstract though. This is a nice structuring to the track. Flow switch up, here we go. Okay. She's kind of snapping on this part. Well, that was really cool. That was not something I was expecting, but definitely something I see myself coming back to. It's a whole vibe. Track 4 is called I Love You, I Hate You. Looks like this one came out as a single, but I have not heard it yet. Let's see what we got. This beat is crazy. This flow is crazy. I love that. I got way too into just the vibes of that flow that I didn't even hear what she was saying that much lyrically, so that's my bad if I missed anything. That was a dope verse though. I gotta run that back for sure as soon as I'm done recording this. Who hasn't confronted all her daddy issues? The day will come when you gotta find all the answers to your sins. Okay, lyrically this is pretty dense as well. Okay, speaking her mind, that's good. I love that. I wish them be faced with this reality. Is you a sperm donor or a dad to me and still? This is a dope track because she's going into some deeper stuff. She's speaking her mind, but it's such a vibe that people are also gonna enjoy the song just for how it sounds. So that's good. That's kind of smart on her end. Unforgiven for me, and sometimes That was awesome. This track, crazy structuring. I love the sampling. I got nothing negative to say so far. This is good. Alright, track 5 is called Little Q Part 1. This one's just an interlude. Okay, that was a good interlude. I'm assuming that'll lead into this Little Q Part 2. Yeah, that's a nice little rhyme.
Streets offer tough loving. Older brother went to jail, daddy went around.
Okay, telling us a little story. I like it.
If you're talking role models, nowhere to be seen. Turn it into someone else's pain. Nothing's changed here, the cycle still remains.
Wow. I love that lyrically. That was nice. That was a great intro to this track, I mean, with the first verse. The beat selection and sampling has been crazy so far. I'm loving that aspect of it. It's gonna, definitely leave an impact on me because that's something I've fallen in love with because of artists like Kanye West, and who's people who inspired into. Damn. This is like really, really deep. I like that though. She's getting personal. This has a lot of beauty to it as well. Like, I really, really appreciate this song for what it is, and it'll mean a lot to her, but it could mean a lot to a lot of other people too, hearing that story being told and having this beauty to go with it. It's good. For the 7th track, we have another interlude called Gems.
I'm trying to be the best version of myself. I'm trying to be the greatest version of myself.
Okay. I like this message. Track 8 is called Speed. Ooh, we're going for something a little different on this. Okay, okay. This will give me like the vibes where she's like out on the street rapping this like into like a mic and a speaker, and they're like playing the drums and some instruments next to her. Like, is anyone else getting that vision? I'm getting strong vibes of that. I like that energy. I'm getting some Gorillaz energy too from this. Okay, okay, I like that. Alright, I'm gonna hop on the verse next. Okay, DyloPillow fucking with the little Simo, and I'm rapping on this beat because she got me moving Zimo. I've been rapping for not too long now, but I've been step up in the booth because I'm on that. What? Okay. I really like this flow. This is dope. I really fuck with that one. We're building up the energy. I think we kind of at a low point. Now we're taking a step back up, maybe, for the rest of the album. We'll see. Track 9 is called Standing Ovation. What sample is that? That sounds super familiar. I should know this. She's really rapping on this. Like, this is awesome. Little beat switch. I love all the flows that she can use. Like, that's very impressive, and it's consistently varied. The production is awesome, using so many different sounds and instruments. Like, that's very entertaining.
High beams and loose glow up. All they discussing but I don't let it distract me. Load the pen up, cock it back and get to busting. Standing up to who I made the scene.
She's snapping.
Get it high, live it how it beats right now.
I'm not even catching all the words because she's going so hard. I'm so captivated right now. Structuring the tracks is so crazy. The overachievers in the shadow of the gatekeepers came down to teach us. Wow. I'm loving this album so far. She is really doing her thing. And as we get to this point in the album, like, what has happened so far? She's talked about being introvert, being a woman, you know, all these different things. That's, you know, she hates herself briefly, you know, she goes through a lot as a child. Now it's stepping up this track speed. She kind of got her energy back on this. She's like, okay, I've been doing this, you know, give me my flowers now. And she deserves them. We're only halfway through basically, and this is off to a fantastic start. Track 10 is called I See You.
I know that God took his time. Hope I'm seeing the real you.
Okay, this is more like somber track to start it off. That's beautiful.
You saved my life. I'm hoping that I never wake up. Reading body language. All connection requires a deeper understanding.
Yeah, this is definitely like a love song. Seems pretty personal. I think that's good. Yeah, so far we've had several like changes of pace throughout this album. This kept me really intrigued. It's definitely got that roller coaster type of path to it, which is, you know, kind of like real life, so I think that's good. Another change in production as well, like a lot of beauty to all these tracks, but in different ways, which is cool. It's cool. Alright, track 11 is an interlude called The Rapper That Came to Tea. This is beautiful. Kind of is like a movie scene almost, and this is cool. This was a nice interlude. I think it definitely added to like the album art as a whole. You know, it's a piece of art, so it's important to have pieces like this, just to tie it all together. Track 12 is called Rollin' Stone. Looks like this one came out as a single, but I didn't hear it yet.
I was in Sao Paulo eating palm heart and I couldn't believe my surroundings.
The production's been so wild. I love that though.
No time for the first strap, nigga. I'm quite shy. Drink from a different fountain. Hard food when I serve that. All these little fish get fried and your gam get pounded with the crossbow. Stay to myself, been true to the core.
Her like presence on these tracks is incredible. To go over this crazy production, like that's hard to manage it. She's doing great.
My niggas got me if I ever need that. You can have opinions, just don't mislead the youth in your raps.
Okay. Talking her shit a little bit too. This is another dope track. Hey yo. This is crazy. I could not have predicted anything like this. I definitely should have listened to this when it was a single to know how crazy this album was gonna be. Bro, the Book of Eli bar is crazy. This is one of the tracks where she didn't actually like switch up the flow for a while, which is crazy because this is one of the most insanely produced tracks I've heard on here so far. She's very unpredictable, which is entertaining as a listener. Track 13 is called Protect My Energy. Oh, we're getting funky too now? We need that Bruno Mars feature. Bring it on. Again, versatility, crazy. You're not gonna hear another project who has this much, just, you know, change of flows, change of sound, while keeping a presence on the track and not being like a Drake. Funny, he's actually dropping tonight too, where he's like just stealing ideas from people, and he's good at executing some of them. I'm not taking that away from him, but Lil Simz is actually like, this all somehow suits her perfectly, and I've not seen an artist like that. I'm rocking with it. I like a lot of this because some of it actually is kind of contradicting the sound within the track with the lyrics, which is actually cool because like another aspect of the art being unique with it. Like you imagine this kind of being at like a disco and she's going around rapping like with all these people around her, but she's really talking about how she does like being alone. That's pretty cool. That was a really cool track. Track 14 now is called Never Make Promises, another interlude. What I like about this album is I can definitely picture, you know, it's painting a picture in my mind, and these interludes are definitely adding to that art, which is important. Track 15 is called Point and Kill featuring Obong Jair. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry if I said it incorrectly. Okay, here we go. Again, the versatility is crazy, but she sounds so natural on this. A thought that I'm having as this album goes on is this sort of reminds me of Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, because in the way that it is structured, it's kind of like her diary of things that she sees and experiences and trying to portray that and match it with the sounds, but also just doing whatever sounds right and feels right to her, which I think is really cool and definitely very artistic. The mixing on the vocals has also been very unique, you know, not consistently the same. It's such an interesting album in that, and like the variety is just crazy amount of variety. This kind of captures like that African music energy. I don't know all the descriptive words for the types of African music, so I don't want to just call it like Afrobeat or Afropop or anything like that, because I don't know exactly, but it's giving me those kind of vibes of like a Burna Boy or a Wizkid a little bit, you know. Track 16 is called Fear No Man, carrying some over the same drums into this song. I like that. Okay. 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 I'm liking this one so far for sure. The instrumentation on this one is so cool. Definitely stands out to me. There's the natural sounds of this, you know. Get the help around me, I ain't playing. Sure, I've been a bad breed, I'm my dad's seed. It's just another day at the office. Put my mom on the cover of a GQ. Okay. Can't relate cause that's something that G's do. Cut through, I'm bobbing or weaving. Planned, everybody bleeds red, so I feel no man. Okay. The presence on this track is great. She sounds confident, you know, that's good. Next we have another interlude called The Garden. I've already gotten kind of like a garden natural feel from several of these interludes, so that's cool to keep it consistent. I definitely like the meaning of this. It's got a lot of beauty to it as well. Like I keep saying, this is like art. That's what I love, what I look for in albums, and she's really giving that to us on this. My soul has departed my body at this point. Track 18 is called How Did You Get Here? This is going to be a heart-wrencher, isn't it? Whenever you start off with a piano like this, that's what it's going to be. The doubt had thrown at me all the time I invested. I sit and read my old lyric books like damn. I already love this. Stuck to it, I improvise my lyrically, way it's here, no so rules. Potent. Back when it was serious, handing mixtapes out in my school. Drums to follow the rhythm, couldn't apply this, it was just written. Many dreams I'm sitting on. I made just up happy to hear this story right now. Times I thought that my prayers weren't getting answered, but boy was I wrong. All it took was me knowing I'm meant to be here. It's where I belong, it's where I belong, yeah. Love that. And sometimes I forget. World is ours, us and them, but we worlds apart. It's really great to hear something like this, because it just reminds me that these artists were real people just like me. They were at that point just like me as a creator, you know, getting started, thinking, man, like, am I gonna make it? Is this for me? And I love that any person who's pursuing any dream is gonna hit that point, and to realize that, you know, the people who are successful can look back and think, oh, I was at that point too, is inspiring, because, like, you know, we are gonna get there as long as we don't give up. Faith in your dreams and never stop chasing, and you'll make it. Trust. Exactly. My favorite track so far. So much beauty and so much power in that track. It sounds like an outro, but we have one more track called Misunderstood. It fades, release the colors of pain. It's a black and white world, still in the area grey. Looking back, okay. Rapping about her own past album. I love that. And will you be home soon? And when are you dropping again? Sussing me out, secretly hoping I'm done with the pen. Another uplifting track, just talking her shit, like saying what she wants to say. That's what this whole album's been about. I like that.
trying hard to get the juice and I'm lemonade. I write words for a living and still can't communicate. Honesty is in my bones. I can't do the fake lies.
That's an interesting line. There's a couple interesting lines there. I like that though.
Too far for me to be consumed by my fears.
It's kind of a sad outro, actually. It sounds like there's a lot more to be said from her still, based on this. Alright, that was Little Simz. Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. I thought that was great. The first thing I want to start off with in my final thoughts is, it reminds me of To Pimp a Butterfly, which I said in the video. And the reason I see that, more and more is just like, this is her experience. There's a lot of barriers that were put in her way. She's a black woman from the UK, not making music similar to what the UK scene necessarily is. And, I think that drive to get to where she is now is really what propelled her. And you can hear her talking about perfecting her craft and all the things that she went through and all of what she had to do on her own to get to where she is now. She is an introvert, as she talks about, and you hear in the title. And I think that having that energy, that you believe in yourself the whole way, is all that you really need to get to where you want to be. Whether she will be the most popular artist or not, that might not happen because she is an introvert. But what you can do with your voice alone, just writing it down, almost, not even worrying about who's going to hear it, can have so much power. And to share your experience like that, how she did throughout this album, is fantastic. And I want to thank her for that, because she did a great job. I think she stayed really true to herself, not really going for any specific sounds to have anything that, was a hit or gets popular. Picking different random, not random, but unique production choices that maybe wouldn't make the most sense to everybody else, or won't be the most appealing thing to everybody, but it's what she wanted to do with it. And that really stands out to me. I hear some inspirations in that type of choice and being unique with it, expanding on who she is and forming her identity, and not being afraid to do that, because that is hard to do. So thank you again, Little Simz. I'm excited to listen to this album again and pick up on more of what she said. It's hard to hear all of the lyrics on the first listen, but you can feel the energy that she has and portrayed throughout the entirety of the album. So I know that I'm going to love it even more once I hear, more of what she was going for. But hope you guys enjoyed it as much as me. Let me know, if your favorite track or whatever. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see that album review. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.